sounds like the theme music, and it sure is the theme music. Good evening. It's Monday night. We're still looking for Andy, but they pressed me into service. My name's Jason Grant. Welcome to the off night. This is the show where we get together with a couple of older comedians and a few angry old cab drivers and whoever else might drop by. Certainly, we're looking forward to our tart-tongued poetess, Miss Susan. But the name we're looking for, the man of the hour, the guy who does it best and who brings us all together. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Sweetman.
Hey!
Yeah.
Let me turn the music down. There we go. All right. We're done with that. Hey, great to be here. It's the off night every Monday night. It's the off night for the comics and anybody else that works in clubs or in any sort of entertainment. I would even count waitresses and waiters in this because Friday and Saturday are their big nights too. So if you're in that biz, welcome. This is the off night. We talk about our careers, our lack of careers, the people that we meet on the way up, the people that we meet on the way down, the people that we meet on the side. Then we talk a little bit about politics, then we talk about sports, then we talk about movies. That's pretty much it. Politics, sports, and movies are the big movers of this show. And we always, oh, wait a minute, let me get Andy back out here. I'm sorry. I apologize. There we go. There's Andy. All right.
Well, it's not quite Andy, but close enough.
No, that's right. That wasn't Andy.
I'm the
Jason.
chief Andy cosplayer.
There you go. And that's Buddy Rich behind you, right?
It certainly is. That's him in a drum duo with Ed Shaughnessy from the Tonight Show band in what was probably one of the most impressive displays of drumming I've ever seen. Go online. There's lots of nice little jewels out there from the Tonight Show for those of you who are interested. So Take a look.
Tonight Show, probably the classiest of all the late night shows. They're a different beast now, but Johnny was a class act, that's for sure.
Yep. And I think, again, I know we dwell on the past because the past was actually kind of fun. The present, tad bit of a bummer. But it was one of these times when you knew where you were. If you made it to that stage, if Johnny gave you the thumbs up, if you came over to the couch.
No, you got one of these.
Yeah, you got the A-OK. You see, we do that now. Yeah. It's called white power symbols because this is the new modern internet age, and everyone's brain has been melted by social media. So, at any rate, I see Mark is stretching and whatnot because he's had a long day.
And you know what the next step here is, don't you?
You're snorting lines of cocaine off a mirror just off camera.
Close, but we bring Susan on. So,
that's even better.
Kind of the same. Same thing as
same thing.
Yeah, I'm compared to lines of cocaine. Thanks. By the way, speaking of illegal activities, put the three of you, confusing you with Andy, Jason. That if the three of you were in a lineup, you guys kind of resemble each other with the Santa beard and the white and gray,
and the belly.
Well, the thing is, now I can hang out 50 feet from a school and blame it on Andy. So, we've got to take the positives that come,
look how far the show's come down. Well, 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay, thank you for keeping track, Miss Andy. Exactly. 8:04:14. The first creepy dude in the van joke is already out there.
Are you ready to start, Susan?
Yeah, I can do the poem for you if you'd like.
Okay. Oh, good. You got your librarian glasses on.
Yes, I'm my daughter's giving me a nice librarian braid and everything. I hope I look tidy like a librarian.
All right. Here's our news headlines in verse from Susan Salisbury Sweetman. Here it is.
Hi, all 3 or 4 listeners, or 2 or 0, however many we have this week. Hey, it's August 25th, 2025, and here is your poem of the week. These prolonged wars are excessive. We do not like. 20 killed by Israel and hospital double strike. Among them, 5 journalists who were just on the job. So many dead. We grieve and need to sob. Ron Turcotte, jockey in the Hall of Fame, rode Secretariat to Triple Crown acclaim, has moved on from his earthly abode, now exercising Apocalypse horses on a golden road. 2 10-year-old girls beat chess grandmasters on the same day, although these 2 girls were continents away. London's Badhana Sivadan and Kaya Jha in Akron, Ohio. Girls can do anything, and it makes me smile.
Oh, there we go. Thank you very much.
Thank
2
you.
10-year-olds beat adult male grandmaster chess champions.
So that one was in London and one was in Akron. Is that what I understand?
Yeah, and they were just a couple hours apart. 2 10-year-old girls. They rock.
There you go.
And I apologize to them if I've slaughtered the pronunciations of their names.
Well, I can relate from my back in the days when I was in the bouncy house of corrections for the state of Michigan. They used to play chess across the galley on pencil and paper and just shouting out chess notation to one another.
Yeah.
I would argue some of the best chess players are locked up in our prison system as we speak.
I can believe that.
Not to put down anything to the 10-year-old girls. Hats off. They could certainly beat me in that little 4-move checkmate thing that I've never quite been able to figure out, and I fall prey to every time, truth be told. So
yeah.
Anything else going on in the wide world out there?
We talked about Secretariat last week, and
yes,
then
we did.
Jackie passed away. So
my God, no, Secretariat. He's been gone for some
Just
time.
another victim of the off-night
horses
curse.
A 30-year-old horse is very, very old.
Yes.
I'm not ssure how old Secretariat was, but
it's been more than 30 years.
Lived a good long life. Ron Turcotte or Turcotte, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. Turcotte, I think. But he actually had an injury and was in a wheelchair in his latter days. But in his prime, he rode Secretariat in the Triple Crown.
Well, seeing how normal,
I want to say 84 when he passed away a few days ago.
Man,
yeah. Well,
it's gonna be the greatest horse of all time.
Secretariat, arguably, yes.
No one's thinking wistfully of Alydar or Seattle Slew. So I mean, those are 2 names.
American Pharaoh, wasn't that the last one?
Yeah. Seattle
gosh.
Slew was a great horse. If I'm not mistaken, Seattle Slew was one of those, bought for a few $100s.
Yes.
Great, nobody expected much of that horse, who just happened to be not of great breeding and all of that. So Seattle Slew came out of nowhere to be a great horse.
And we all remember the tragic fate of, what was it, Barbador?
And more than one horse has had a tragic fate. So
yes, do they still bring the curtain out if the horse is on the track and things aren't looking good? Or is
and put the curtain around the horse while they work on
and then they
well, it's not like car racing. They don't put a flag, because when that happens, they're not going to lap him again. They're just running to the finish line. So the veterinarian and everybody can make their assessment. But it's very difficult for a horse if they break a leg or whatever.
That gives me a comedy idea. There should be a yellow flag for everything in life. Like. When
you're on your first date, yellow flag. They talk about red flags, but there should be yellow flags. I think you're right.
Yellow flag. Well, red flag and yellow flag are 2 different things. So
I know,
especially if it's in your back left pocket, it means a lot of different things. But let's not go too well. We've already made.
Did you want to talk about Israel bombing that hospital and the reporters all move in and then they bomb it again and kill the reporters?
Well. You know what? This ends today if they give back the hostages. They end the hostage. They give.
Why won't they do that?
Hamas has it written into their charter that they love death more than we love life. That is their written, stated policy. That's why.
Well, one of the concerns,
Okay,
though,
okay,
is
wait a
that
minute.
Israel
wait a
is
minute.
aiming for the reporters. They are going out of their way, allegedly, to target reporters for
We know
reporting.
and we know the Russians did that in the early days of the Ukraine adventure. There were more than a few that they tracked down via their cell phone and lobbed.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
These reporters are putting their lives on the line every day, and they're also going hungry and risking everything to bring us the truth.
If you have a government that will kill them, then you either have to not be afraid of death, or you have to not report what that government doesn't want you to.
Let's not forget that our Presidente himself signed off on the execution by drone of an American citizen who was convicted of nothing, and then 2 weeks later killed his 14-year-old son who was having lunch in a restaurant. Of course, that president was Barack Hussein Obama, who had recently been feted with the Nobel Peace Prize. Rest assured that, and believe me, I'm sure the presidents post him, and presidents before him, all did terrifying things. Think about the way we talk about war these days, and I'll get off my high horse, or I'll try at least. Horse reference. We sit there and say things like surgical strike. There's nothing surgical about 1,000 pounds of high explosive. No matter how accurately delivered, that's not surgery. It's always going to be slaughter. That's why war is to be avoided.
Yes.
Period.
Yes. So back to the chess game, because that's more fun news. I hope you appreciate I put some happy stuff in there.
Well, we do. We love your poems.
And I left the orange guy out of the poem. I'm sick of him in my poems.
Happy to everyone except the grandmaster who lost to the two girls.
Who's at home right now contemplating. He's got Chekhov's gun in
you
one
got
hand
beaten by a little girl.
Exactly. He's listening to the voices in his head telling him he doesn't deserve a birthday party. How dare you?
He's telling his family and friends, I let her win. But every man says to
no,
I let you win.
No. First thing, the reporting that they want is fake news, right? That's step one.
Yeah.
The next thing is to deny that you ever played the game. and then the third thing is that you did play the game, but the report was written by Joe Biden. Those are the 3 steps for handling a situation like that.
And then wait 30 seconds, and then the world moves on, because there
you go.
We live in that kind of world now, right? Where Andy Warhol said everyone would be famous for 15 minutes. At this point,
I think it's down to 15 seconds.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, 15 minutes, one could luxuriate in their fame.
Excuse me, could everyone please step aside? I am only in minute 8, please.
And I fully intend to take my entire 15 minutes. Thank you very much.
Let me say hello to Andy, and then I'm going to say goodbye because I've got a daughter visiting I want to go visit with.
Hi.
Hi. We talked about Secretariat's jockey, Israel bombing and killing 20 people, and then 2 10-year-olds that won at chess.
Be the grandmaster.
Two continents away.
Was this one of those deals where the grandmaster was playing 8 people at a time, or
no? I don't think so. You can look them up. I did enough homework for the poem.
You did.
I only scour the headlines and bring you some basic facts. It's your job to read more about it if you're interested.
Okay. Thank you very much. Just like every teacher I had in high school.
Go do your research. There we go. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Good night.
Hi, Susan. Thank you. All right.
Sorry, I'm late, guys.
Begin. No, I'm just kidding.
I got a run to Sterling Heights, and it went past the 8 hours. Sorry.
Well, that happens. Jason nobly filled in for you, so you're.
Well, that's good. I hope he did. I hope he did everything perfect.
Well, he introduced me as Andy, so I must have done something right.
Yeah, I did.
Well, they all think we're brothers of some sort. I don't know why, but
I don't know. We both
Well,
drive white vans.
Susan was saying that if the three of us were in a what do you call it, a stand up, a lineup, a police lineup,
Police line up. Yes.
yeah, probably. Well, somebody would I'd misidentify one of us for somebody
It
else.
was the suspicious looking one.
Yeah. Please, all three of you step forward.
Yeah, yeah,
But-
yeah.
And sadly, I had after I spoke with you guys last week, I ended up going back to the hospital. I had
Oh,
a really bad adverse reaction to one of my antibiotics, and so
Yikes.
now my legs look like I've been wading in the river Chernobyl, and I could line dance.
Waiting.
Waiting,
That
yeah.
sounds like that
so,
sounds like that
so
sounds
they
like
went,
a Brazil. That sounds like a Brazil '66 hit.
Yeah.
Waiting.
or he went with, or he
Chernobyl.
went swimming with RFK. You know.
Yeah.
Exactly. There
Oh
you go.
God. Oh, well, I'm at the point where even RFK would. Well, I don't know. I mean, he's eating some crazy stuff, but I definitely get the gammy leg reference from the Monty Python routine from days of
Yes.
yore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
Sure.
funny.
We don't. But yeah, right now they're better now because of the stuff they gave me. But for a couple of days there, I could have been a line dancer in Night of the Living Dead, the musical.
Okay.
It got really, really, really bad because turns out the antibiotic they gave me, they said, "Are you allergic?" And I turns out I am. Oh boy, am I. Well, and I also
Wow.
had what was known as skin shedding, which sounds
Ugh.
rather reptilian, which
Yeah,
could
sure
be something
does.
I'm used to. But yeah, I lost a couple pieces of skin about the size of my fist. But
Oh,
yeah, but I'm feeling much better now.
okay.
So there's that.
Mm.
And
Good.
yeah, you know.
Good.
So yeah, let's hear it for small cell or for lower extremity cellulitis. Mark, you're not a fat guy. You'll never know you'll never know the troubles I've seen.
I have
No.
type 2. I have type 2 diabetes. That's got to be close, doesn't it?
I would trade you at this point.
Okay.
It's like, hold on, you
Ah.
get the cellulitis, I get to hit the needle. All right, yeah.
Well,
Bring it on.
here's I guess the best thing about type 2 diabetes is there's so many of us that there's a lot of research into the whole thing. So
Well, you've heard recently that RFK said that on the food stamp and programs, no more or no more Pepsi, no more Coke, no more
that's
candy.
great. That's a perfect thing.
I was saying, you know, give them all the candy and Coke they want, no insulin. Yeah, you don't get any insulin. But
See, now that works in perfectly with the cruelness of the Trump administration.
well, exactly.
But for a human being, don't do that.
Well, the good news is that I'm a completely powerless nobody living in a rented room in a small little building somewhere on the west side of Washtenaw County, and my words mean nothing. Pretty much, yeah. You know, you having me anywhere near
Now,
the
wait,
levers of
what you
power
said,
would be a
that would go
disaster.
what you just said just sounds like it would go to the tune of "Material Girl" by Madonna.
Well, she's a Michigan girl too, right?
And I
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
we
I
got
know.
that going for us, you know. I mean, so there's that. Andy, quick question. I know we don't like to do too much Ubering talk. It's inside baseball or whatnot. Just a
Yeah.
question,
Dun,
because
dun, 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 dun.
Uber.
we know how much the big tech companies love us proles out here.
Yes.
They're still sticking it to us pretty good and hard on the fares. How about you? Same thing?
Yes. Yes. To take a guy from all the way from Ann Arbor, pretty much close to Ann Arbor,
Yep.
all the way out to Sterling Heights was
Yep.
$30.
Which used to be a $60 ride at a minimum.
Be a $60 run. Everything's half at what it used to be.
And
They
what do
sent
they
me out.
charge?
They sent me all the way to the west coast of Michigan for $50.
They tried to send me to O'Hare Airport for $150.
What are they charging the customers for this?
Oh,
The
wow.
regular prices.
Yeah.
And
And
they
you know
are.
how I know? Yeah. Well, for instance, well, like we said, $60. That guy going to Sterling Heights would have normally paid probably 85 to 100,
Yeah.
and the driver would have gotten 60.
Yes.
So you could roughly say 60-40 split. Yeah, I mean, it might be off by a few percent, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And the
No.
thing is, they're
It's
charging.
almost like what we should do. Well, this would depend on both sides agreeing to this, but
Well,
I go to my Uber and says, "All right, it's going to be $64 to go to the airport, right?"
right.
and I know the other guy, the kid's going to get 32.
Yep.
Right. So I come in and I say, I'll give
50.
you $40 if you turn
Exactly.
if you turn that thing off.
And that has been happening a lot.
Ah.
That has been happening. In fact, so much so that Uber is now noticing this. And then drivers who they believe are engaging in this horrific practice of, trying to make a living are being deactivated.
Yeah.
Because after all, monopolies are good. Remember, we always thought monopolies were bad, and then someone came along, little app, and said, well, you know what? They should be allowed to steamroller everything in its path because Ayn Rand said that was good. And so that's what happened. And also the politicians were, and by the way, Republican and Democrat, they were both bought and sold for about costume jewelry and some Arby's coupons. It really wasn't that expensive. And what does that mean? That the working people are now getting stepped on, and this is usually my intro to one of my famous rants.
Yes.
I will try to
okay,
not
hold on.
do it.
Hold on just a
no.
second. Hold on. Hold on.
I will,
Get just a second. Okay,
yeah,
here we go.
I'm ready.
There you go. Right.
And we sit there and we talk about what's going on here and how corporate America is screwing over America, the American people. But let us consider the fact that the forces that came from me are coming from you. What has been unleashed is the digital vampiric fangs of exsanguination and immiseration to be sunk into the neck of everyone who needs to work for a living so that man-bun billionaires can stumble around in their yurt in the back of their San Francisco palace while muttering incomprehensibles after their latest ayahuasca enema. And our only hope is that someday Luigi is released from his present conditions and finds his way to their castle, and he's not after rubies or a princess this time. Luigi's packing heat, and baby, it's time to come. And as they fly away in their Tesla helicopter, and we dance around with the heads of their children on poles and torches, they sit there and talk to themselves and ask, I don't know why they're so angry. We've been so good to them. After all, we gave them an app that turned the poor into chicken nuggets. An extra $1 for dipping sauce. God bless America. And I'm available for kid shows.
Someday they'll find us, the Rainbow Connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Well, this is when Andy comes in with Jimmy Stewart from It's a Wonderful Life when he's talking with Mr. Potter. You know the one, the
Oh, you're just a spindly spider. Is that the one?
that's the one.
Got it. Yeah, you sit back there and you weave your webs and you think everybody's gonna fall right into it. Yeah.
Oh,
I can't
God.
think of the rest of it. So.
Well, yeah, that was. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Potter. Was that Lionel Barrymore?
It sure was.
Lionel Barrymore.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Is that Drew Barrymore's grandfather or no relation?
They're connected somehow. I'm not exactly sure how though. They are connected.
But we have Google.
She's a Barrymore. They are connected.
However, we have much like Rosemary Wood, we have Mark on the keyboards.
Got it.
I'll be erasing everything. Right.
Oh,
well, I had a very interesting weekend this week.
yeah.
I didn't know this was going to happen. I got it like off of the Ann Arbor paper,
Yes.
and for some reason Henry Winkler was in Mayville, Michigan.
Right.
And so I went out there. I was like, basically Mayville's just south of Port Huron.
Okay.
And
doing a one-man show or?
No, he was promoting his book.
Oh, okay.
And then he also attended a classic car convention that was up there. There was like hundreds of classic cars. And it's like, never saw a man so uncomfortable with the place he was at. They all expected him to be like the Fonz,
right?
But he was there like, hi. It's like, I'm not big on motorcycle. I don't ride a motorcycle. It's like, so I guess they just did a shot of him on one once, and that was all he ever rode it. There's never, and then they would rev up the engines. So,
do you remember?
I'm gonna take a break.
All right, Lionel Barrymore.
Yes, sir.
Was brother to John Barrymore. Okay. John Barrymore. John Barrymore is Drew Barrymore's grandfather.
Oh, okay, so he's like a great uncle.
I believe they call them. She would be his grand niece. I think it's.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Google.
Yes.
Coming through once again.
Once again. Well, with Winkler, do you remember that time in the late 70s, early 80s when he was really having his moment in the movies? And he did that movie with Michael Keaton. I think it was called Night Shift, where
Yeah,
they were tasteful film, running a brothel out of the morgue. I mean,
yeah.
utterly.
But
But what a
one of my favorite lines from that was when Keaton said, "I got it. Put mayonnaise in tuna cans. Call call Starkist."
God, Keaton was so off the wall at that time.
Oh yeah.
Again, as a stand-up comedian, I always loved the guy.
He was a comedy store comic. He hung around with Jimmy Walker and Robin
Right.
Williams and David Letterman, and that was his gig. And then he got the movies, and
Yeah.
suddenly it was hello.
What was his breakthrough? I mean, I know he was in Night Shift with Winkler. It was Winkler's movie, but he obviously had some good lines. And smash cut a couple of decades later, he's in Jackie Brown, a Tarantino movie, and the follow up to Pulp Fiction. Everyone hated it because it wasn't Pulp Fiction
Well,
Part
Night
2.
Shift led to Mr. Mom.
Oh, that's it. That was the one. Yes.
Night Shift
Yes.
led to Mr. Mom, and then Mr. Mom was when it took him into.
Mr. Mom led to Batman, didn't it? And he did. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I can get his.
Well, wait a minute. Did it go to Batman or Beetlejuice? I thought Beetlejuice was before.
I think
Batman.
Beetlejuice before Batman. And you got to admit,
Keaton.
Beetlejuice was an amazing role for him. I can't see anyone else
Yeah.
really being able to pull that one off.
More than 60 movies. Here are the
Right. I mean, because Tim Burton did Batman, and he also did Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
That's his connection there.
That
But,
and
yeah. Yeah, but Henry Winkler, he really bloomed in like Arrested Development, and then in Barry as
he was great in Barry.
as Gene. Oh my
He was
God!
the acting teacher in Barry. That was great.
Yeah, was so good. And I guess he's actually being an acting teacher now in LA somewhere. So it's like that's part of the thing. But I bought a book and I found out that he actually did. He was very good at doing fly fishing. He was a fly fisherman. So
whatever you do, don't do it in the River Chernobyl. I've got the legs to tell you why that's a bad idea.
I get that. I understand that. A glowing trout is not a good trout. We get that. Okay.
Well, in my world, glowing trout means something different. But never mind that. That's the third time I've used that. I can't keep going. No.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of acting teachers and whatnot, Jerry Adler died. And that was Stella Adler's brother, if memory serves.
Yeah.
Famous for playing Hesh, amongst other things, Hesh on The Sopranos. But he didn't start acting until fairly late in life, is my understanding. Obviously he excelled at playing the old Jewish guy because,
that's what he did. Yeah.
It's in his wheelhouse.
Yes.
He knew the role. He could speak to it.
He understood about it. Yeah.
Yep.
Hesh. I didn't realize that though. I didn't realize that.
Yep.
Anyway, so I got Christopher Walken. He was going to sign the book, but I also got him from the free maps of Michigan, and I circled all the trout streams he might want to hit, because I think the reason he went to Maryville is because he was going to hit some trout streams.
Is there a season for trout, Andy?
Well, usually it's early spring, and then there is a late fall thing. Like right now, there's a hex hatch going on.
Okay.
That is, heavy feeding and stuff like that.
Right.
Now, when the coho, I believe, are seasonal, they will spawn not only in the spring, but they'll spawn in the fall, and then they don't die. But and the steelhead are also a non death one, but it's the Chinook salmon are like related to the salmon that go out to sea for about 3 years, and they come back, they spawn, and then they end up dying up there.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's just like the Spock syndrome of That's why
got to return to the.
Got to return to the stream,
Yeah, the amok time there.
Yeah.
So. That is one of the best lines from Star Trek when what's her name, when T'Pau turns around and says, "This fight is to the death," and they're like, "What?
This fight is to the death." What?
Cielovsky, who played that role, and again played the hell
Yeah.
out of it. What
Oh
an
yeah.
actress! What I mean, just good old fashioned, Eastern European sort of accent. Just act like the sort of wise gypsy femme
Oh
fatale.
yeah. Maria Ubinskaya. There
Yeah,
we go.
exactly.
The Wolfman. Hey,
Yeah.
the wolf.
Ah, God,
The
yes.
way you walk is not your own. It's like, the way you go. What was that quote? Your is this the way you walk is not your own, or something. I don't know. God, I can't remember the name of it. I used to have it memorized, but I cannot remember right now.
And Lon Chaney always doing his sort of woe-betide, woe-begotten sort of look because he didn't want to be the Wolf Man, but yet
No, no.
he would turn into the Wolf Man. And I have to wonder if that's somewhat cribbed from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or if this is just sort of one of these tales that has sort of come down from antiquity and found
What?
itself massaged into a modern tale.
Well, I believe it is. It is a an antiquity tale. I think
Oh,
it's a
oh, oh!
What's up, Mark?
I'm on my Michael Keaton thing. Okay, Night Shift was his first movie,
Okay.
but he did television before that.
Yes.
The Tony Randall Show
I remember. God, yes.
and Mary Hartman.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Huh.
It was
And I did not know that Mary Hartman was a script. At the time, we all thought it was sort of improv. It's like it was all scripted. It was
Yeah.
all tightly scripted. Same thing goes with Fernwood Tonight, and the follow up was it America Tonight.
America
Again,
Tonight. Yeah.
yes, I still love the Barth Gimbel Co. He was always selling various products and
Oh yeah.
or
Yeah.
and
It was. Go ahead.
he certainly had no problem letting everyone know that he was for sale. He could be bought. The price was fairly reasonable. And
Yeah. He actually had John Tom Waits singing "The Piano Has Been Drinking," and then he would look at the camera and they go back to Tom Waits. Oh.
In
And then
in 1978, more Keaton stuff. CBS tried to move Mary Tyler Moore from sitcoms into her own variety show, a la Carol Burnett. She premiered a show on September 24th, 1978. It lasted 3 episodes.
Oof.
The cast of players that did the skits, a la Saturday Night Live, Carol Burnett,
Right.
was David Letterman, Michael Keaton, Swoosie Kurtz, Dick Shawn, Judith Cahan, James Hampton, Merrill Marco, and Mary Tyler Moore.
Well, they certainly got some heavy hitters in there.
Well,
who became heavy hitters.
Nobody knew who those people were back then. Dick Shawn people knew.
Dick Shawn knew, yes, and then Mary Tyler Moore.
Swoosie Kurtz had done something big. What did Swoosie Kurtz do back in the 60s? I'll find her.
Oh, heck. Wasn't she in Grease, if memory serves?
Swoosie Kurtz.
It's just like, who was it? I want to say Angela Lansbury was in Midnight Cowboy. Or was it, oh, maybe it wasn't her. But it was like sort of, she was acquiring the services of John Voight's character, Mr. Buck. And it's like, wow, this is the sex scene no one wanted. And yet here we are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
and Dustin
wow.
Hoffman.
The interesting thing about Henry Winkler is he stood all the time signing the autographs. He did also like hugs, and he signs a woman's T-shirt on the upper part of her chest. He was like, but he was so burnt out by that time. It was the second day of this stuff, and he was like just dead on his feet. So
Well, there you go.
And I was able to say how much I appreciated his Gene character in Barry, and he just
Oh,
appreciated that. He appreciated
yeah.
the map too. So
I gotta. Is Barry playing anywhere now? It was on Apple TV, right? Or was it? Or was
I
it
think so.
something?
I thought it was HBO. It is. It is on. It's. I think you can get it on. I think it's on HBO.
What is the series Barry streaming on right now? Netflix.
Oh, it's on
I'm
Netflix.
gonna have to finish watching that because I never saw the end of it.
Well,
Oh
if I'm
wow.
not
I think
mistaken,
I only saw the first season. That's the problem of binging something before it ends. I mean, when I binged Breaking Bad, the entire series was done. All 5 seasons was done.
yeah,
So I started episode one, season one before while everyone knew what was going on.
right.
So
Yeah.
that meant for about 4 months I had to go.
Yeah.
Quit talking to me.
Well, you know what's interesting is the top shows streaming right now. Seinfeld, Cheers, Friends.
Mm-hmm.
These series make up I forget the exact order, but the top 5 streaming shows that these sort of, I don't know, they're not boomer per se, millennial, if you will, perhaps late
Yeah,
90s, early 2000s.
does Steve Bannon still make money off of Seinfeld?
I would imagine. I would have to think.
What a great move. That's
Yeah.
almost as good as King World Distribution.
Yep.
They got Oprah Winfrey, and I think they got Merv Griffin's Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. They were the distributors of those.
Oh
And that's
wow.
really all they had to do. Once you had Oprah and those 2 game shows, that's all. And
That's all you need.
That is all you need.
Right. You can now live like
I'm sure their meetings were like, do we need to develop more products? Why?
Why?
Why? we got
Hold
done.
on. Who said that? You're fired. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Security, get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Anyone mentions his name again, they're fired too. All right, good. Moving on.
You have 30 seconds to clean your desk. Here's a box.
There you go. 30 seconds.
Well, I think it goes to show the strength of the material that was developed at the time. And remember, for Seinfeld's last year, I don't know if it was a holdout, but they negotiated a contract, and what they really were hung up on wasn't so much that he was getting paid. I think what $10 million an episode, which was like $200+ million. But he was going his this is 1999 or 2000, if memory serves. They wanted the digital rights. At that time, it applied to DVDs, which were just beginning to blow up. But I have to assume that those rights also encompass what is now streaming, since obviously no one's buying DVDs anymore. Well, except for me from a Russian distributor, but never mind that.
Well, we know that.
Yeah, you know how that goes, right? Yeah, I mean, they'll be bunny hopping me into the back of a cop car soon enough. Although, if it make you feel better, Mark, I'll be wearing a MAGA hat when they do it. So,
I mean, you had me at bunny hopping me. bunny hopping as a verb. I mean,
yes, but that was the hang up, was the digital rights, and I believe James Gandolfini, who'd reached that stage where he was getting FU money,
right,
and he was tired of doing Tony Soprano.
Right.
I'm told Mr. Gandolfini, talented man, but could be a tad mercurial, to say the least. But when you work with a genius, what do you expect? You know, our geniuses pains in the butts sometimes. Yeah. But you know what?
I totally would have accepted if I had made it. I would be a complete asshole.
I'm sorry, you have to be fired. Why? You looked Mr. Sweetman in the eye. He wants you out of here. You've got 15 seconds in a box. Now go.
That's right.
Who else wants to look Mr. Sweetman in the eye? Anybody? Yeah. That's what we thought.
The only way you can keep your job is if you wear chaps.
Wow.
Crazy dear. Like that.
Oh dear. And then of course it all backfires on you when you do the dying of a heart attack on stage routine as part of your show.
And nobody believes that everybody thinks it's part of the act. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then you do a Dick
You know,
Shawn.
Dick Shawn wasn't the only one that happened to. There was
Well, there was like some British dude. Yeah.
British comic that happened to. Yeah.
He was like a big man, physically a large, tall
So I'm
man.
sure when Dick Shawn did it, everyone was all the comics in the back were going, hack, seen it, you know.
Well, also, I think some famous actress did it too. She was she had just done her final bow and then passed away.
Well, you gotta love that.
What a way to go, though.
Yeah.
Peter O'Toole tells a story about some very famous British actor from the Victorian era, sort of like a compatriot of Sarah Bernhardt, and he ends up dying on the road in Wisconsin. And he's like an old man, and he's taken to his hotel room, and his last words were, "But I was just getting good at the part." Peter
Hey,
O'Toole
Andy,
tells
in your stand-up career, did you ever run into a guy named Steve Gelder?
Gelder, what's his material?
Yeah, pretty much standard. My girlfriend driving, just I mean, there was nothing that you would think of anything other than tonight. Stand-up geared toward getting a 6-minute Tonight Show set was basically what he was from. Okay. He was from North Dakota.
Gelder,
South Dakota. Steve Gelder.
The name's a little familiar, but I'm trying to think. North Dakota, maybe. I don't remember too much in North Dakota of that name, unless you might have been in hanging out in Minnesota. We used to go to Dudley Riggs to try and get gigs.
Oh. Yeah. Well, here is the picture you might recognize him from. Let me see if I can bring this up here.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Do you know him?
I think I met him. Yeah, one time. It was like didn't really know him. Just we was in the stand-up line, whatever.
He. Here's another picture of him. If I can get it up here. Here you go. This guy right here.
Okay. Did he pass away?
No. Went to see his play this weekend in L.A. He didn't write it. He was in it. He was the actor in it. But,
okay.
It was stupendous. I loved it.
Nice. Wow.
But anyway,
is it a drama or a comedy?
He's the next door neighbor to my son, and I've known him for 35 years from the stand-up world. But he was in this play, and it was called Bill W. and Dr. Bob.
Great.
Bill W. from AA fame.
Yeah, Dr. Bob.
And Dr. Bob was his friend. And the two of them developed what became the 12 steps and AA. And for the title Dr. Bob, the story of the two men who met and developed Alcoholics Anonymous. So that's in like the program. I'm thinking, well, how good can this be? It was great. I mean, it was really good. It was really good, and it wasn't like a laugh fest. I mean, there was enough. I mean, whenever you've got drunks in a story, how can you not have laughs? I mean, there's going to be some funny stuff, right? But the most part, it was the funniest thing about it in the audience was all the alcoholics that every time somebody during the play said, "Hi, I'm Ed. I'm Dave. I'm Bob." They ever go, "Hi, Bob."
Hi, Bob.
like they're in an AA meeting. I thought that was great. Anyway, we saw that's what when I was in LA, we went and saw that, and it was great.
Some of the funniest, grimmest, blackest of humor I've ever heard have been around AA tables. Because you're sitting there with a bunch of, and again, I can't repeat any of it, but I can say that you're sitting around the table with people who've been professional fuck ups, and some of the stuff that you've done, we laugh at it now, because if you tried to take it seriously, you would seriously crawl underneath a rock and demand, and scoop the dirt bit on top of you, and I mean, so yeah, it's funny how, again, you hear people laughing about some incredibly wretched story, and Well, it's akin to maybe, although Pryor did a funnier version of it. Remember when he's talking about working in the mob clubs, and,
Yeah.
and he goes in and tries to rob one of the mobsters, and they just laugh at him, and they take him under wing, and he says, "Pretty soon they're telling murder stories." Yeah,
Oh,
telling me murder story.
on this show before Andy was on it, when I was still doing it with I can't think of his name now, Seth Wrestler. We had, in fact, it was the show we had Sam Greenfield on first.
Yes.
We had Sam Greenfield and Glenn Farrington. Do you remember Glenn Farrington, Andy?
No.
He used to play Chaplin's and Joey's in Detroit.
Okay.
But he has, by far, there's always stories that the guys that owned Chaplin's were, as you say, connected.
Yeah, connected.
And he has, and he didn't know about these rumors or this suspicion or this whatever, this reputation,
widely held belief,
this reputation that they had. And when he tells this story, oh my God, it is so funny. And it's about the Buzz, Bill, and Bob Haggis. Can't remember Harris. I can't remember the last name, but the father, Buzz, was the one who looked most like a mobster. And his kids kind of look like, all right, Dad, what do you want me to do, Dad? But anyway, it was, I guess he had made some joke on stage about the mob running the. I guess he did it at all clubs because he figured by the time he got to the 1990s, the mobs weren't running the clubs. The comedy clubs were pretty legitimate businesses by the time you got to the 1990s. It was all, they were starting to be corporate run and all that stuff. And these guys grab him, they put him in a limousine, they took him for a ride around Macomb County, Michigan, because it was playing at Chaplin's. Anyway, we'll have to have Glenn get on to tell that story again, if he's willing to do it. I don't know. I mean, it's
and over here is where Jimmy
he was willing to do it. Well, I guess my show doesn't get as much play. Well, it probably gets less play now than it does then. Maybe he will do it, but. Yeah. Who wants to go on a show and tell something that you're afraid to say in public because the guy says we get less play now?
Well, much like Picasso or Van Gogh, maybe after we're all dead and gone, suddenly the whole show takes off and people start streaming us. Although by then it'll just be a downloadable chip implant or something like that. That they'll experience it as a 3D sort of thing. In the new modern age where and I got to tell you, I don't know if you've been around some of the kids from the U of M, the new class that they're here.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I don't, they're different breed nowadays. I mean, it's like they all come from single kid homes.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. I know Eric Champnella's daughter is a freshman there this year.
Yeah,
really?
one maybe two kids max in a family, sort of like hot house raised would be an expression, Mom.
See, here's why I don't want two kids. Here's why. Well, you don't want one kid, because you'd like there to
yourself.
You don't want just one kid because you're afraid that there might be some. I don't know.
Terrible accident.
Exactly. You don't want two, because two things can happen. They'll either fight each other,
right,
over their parents, or they'll conspire with each other.
I like that.
3, 5, and 7. I like 7 the best, and we have 8. So I guess we have a spare for us.
Well, you've got at that point you've got a platoon, though, right? I mean,
well, it's
like a baseball team. You're too short of a baseball team, yeah.
Yeah. It's like I say in my stand-up act. I go, we have 8 kids, but we only put 7 in the will, and we won't tell them which one.
Which one? Yeah.
They'll figure out at the end. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we get the best wine at Christmas. We've never mowed our lawn in the last 15 years.
Well, yeah, I think I agree with you on 3 kids. Each one has a specific job in the family. Got the oldest, the youngest, and the middle. You know?
Yeah, and you get you're the oldest, the youngest, in the middle. There's always a tie-breaking vote for something.
Yes.
Yes.
And by for something, I mean, whether they pull the plug or not. And so it's 3 is good. Five would be okay, but then you start, and by the time you get to 7, now you have consortiums or voting blocks or parties.
Yeah, exactly.
You start to
Power
have
blocks.
parties.
But the only problem with 3 is that 2 will get along really good and 1 won't, and then one gets left out. So
Yeah, it becomes the lion in winter, except you don't have a kingdom to vie for.
yeah,
It's again, what a wonderful movie and play. I mean, I know it's a segue, but still, the old the line that he delivers about Eleanor of Aquitaine, played by Katharine Hepburn. She's a Democratic drawbridge.
Yes.
She'll go down for anybody.
Oh,
And her
yes.
reply is,
Peter
well,
O'Toole.
yes, but the traffic isn't what it used to be, which I thought was a great, a wonderful comeback.
Peter O'Toole. Yeah.
Oh,
That's a great, well-written script.
And he'd been playing Henry II at that point for the better part of 5 years? I mean, he'd done Beckett, and then his next movie is The Lion in Winter. So he goes, I'm the old. I got 10 years on the Pope. I'm the oldest man. He's 50. This was a time when people didn't live to be too terribly old and whatnot.
Hell, now that we got a new Pope, I got 10 years on the Pope.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, when you realize you're 10 years older than Hitler, it's a German thing. I don't expect you to understand. You go, 2 things. I'm 10 years older than Hitler, and he's had more girlfriends than me. So I don't know that I'm really stroking it, so to speak. I'm not. Yeah, it's not.
Hitler had a dog.
Yeah, exactly.
And a dog. And a girlfriend.
And a girlfriend.
Had
so
a really nice.
Don't be making these Hitler-Trump comparisons.
No.
Trump is no Hitler.
No.
Hitler had a dog.
Right.
Hitler had a girlfriend.
And after we bump out of this, I have to check and see if the latest SpaceX launch ended in yet again disaster.
A blow up. Yeah. Well, I heard they changed their design a little bit too. So
yes, that is the
what?
That's the story.
Are they going to blow up in colors now?
Yes, and a rainbow. Yes.
They have been doing that, but yeah, who knows? They might augment it somehow. I mean, Elon's going to be one of those guys who will eventually transfer his consciousness into the computer and achieve the singularity and all that groovy good stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so while the rest of us are going to be loaded onto the SS Facebook so that we can have our corpse reanimated just long enough to pull the ores up to Soylent Green Bay for reprocessing. Only there, instead of it being the big reveal, it's more feature than bug, if you know what I mean. Soylent Green Bay, it's made from people. It's totally organic. I mean, they'll put it on the front. I mean, if yesterday's family is today's family, or something along those lines. I mean, it just
okay.
So hey, I've been getting a bit nihilistic. I've been in the house for 2 weeks, dude. I need to get out. Okay, I got it.
Okay. All right. Do you have any TV? You have TV and Zoom?
I've got the internet, but I'm not sure it's doing me a lot of good.
Just don't watch the news. Just watch the TV shows.
I'm ending up like the George Lutz character in Amityville, where he just keeps building the fire obsessively, and and the evil face keeps sticking through the fire pit, and
Well, I had an Amityville horror myself because for some reason my house became infested with flies. I'm like, what the hell? So I got those hanging fly traps, and it's like, man, those things work like nobody's business. Just
Hanging Fly Trap is the best indie band name ever.
I think so.
It. Yeah, the Hanging Fly Traps. Yeah, exactly. A bass player,
the hanging
drummer,
fly traps,
and a theremin. Yeah, exactly. And they all wear fezzes. Oh,
that's right.
Perfect 90s indie band.
There you go.
I love it.
Like REM, man. It's like REM. There we go.
My nephew refers to REM as the Coldplay of the '90s, which I thought, oh man, that's
Kill him.
Kill him. Kill him now. Here
No,
we go.
he gives me nice presents, so no.
All right.
He's on my let live list. Like my older brother, who is still on the list to be allowed to live because I might need a kidney donation someday. So we should keep him around, if nothing else, for organ harvesting. Again, guys, I've been inside a long time. Lots of internet, too much internet.
REM gets forgiven for a lot of horseshit, bullshit, dumb shit, just for the end of the world as we know it. Just
which is a great song. Which is a great song.
Very many things.
Well, that one and the Kaufman one, that was pretty good.
Yes, it was.
What's the Kaufman one?
Man on the Moon.
Man on the Moon.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then happy day,
And he drops a Fred Blassie line in that song.
Yeah,
he does.
It's
there also is Orange Crush too. Orange Crush is a good one.
Yeah. I saw REM at the Michigan Theater in 1982 or 3. It was like their first tour. Radio Free Europe was like the big song at the time, and it wasn't even on mainstream FM. It was like on the college stations. Mm-hmm. And this is when the Michigan Theater was booking anyone and everyone just to try and stay open and viable. Mm-hmm. And I recently had the lady who's in charge of all the digital media for the Michigan Theater, and I mentioned that I had been to that show, and she goes, "You know what? We just found posters from that show."
Oh, wow. They
were cleaning out some closets, and they found this closet. Cool. Yeah, exactly. I'm going, Stackler Productions. She goes, "Yes, Tom Stackler." Yeah, I was like, oh my God. Because you know how you get to a certain point and it sounds like it's more myth and legend than something that actually happened.
If they sold those over the internet, they may be able to pay for the theater,
Well, the city of Ann Arbor mercifully moved in. Well, I mean, that's how that theater stayed the way it is. It's like the largest auditorium owned by the city. Mm-hmm. So they actually have a venue that they don't have to go to the U of M. I remember some 25 years ago, James Earl Jones came on a speaking tour. Mm-hmm. And he came to the U of M because, he'd gone to the U of M. He didn't graduate, but he did go to the U of M.
Yep.
And they put him in some little lecture hall. And they moved it because it turns out for him, how big, how important, this is the voice of, it was overflowing. And then they finally moved him into one of the big halls. I mean, and here he is holding court in front of a couple thousand, and most of them were younger people, but they were Star Wars fans, that mm-hmm. sort of thing. But it also goes to show that, the U of M doesn't always get things right, although don't tell them that.
Yeah.
And, they have a selection of venues you can put a guy like that up in. The city did right because they were going to either tear down the Michigan Theater or they were going to turn it into a mini mall.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen enough of the desecration of our architectural landslide. I'm going to go into an Allen Ginsberg poem here with my own. Never mind. We won't do that. Oh, God. Well, if it makes you feel any better, even though I'm a big old MAGA guy, whatever, I'm just as unhappy and dissatisfied with life as you are. Maybe even more so. I mean, so there you go.
Well, good. I mean, good. Not good, but
we love ennui.
Yes. Ennui. There we go. Yes.
It sounds like a beverage from like southern France. So I'll have ennui on the rocks, please.
Depression to boredom.
How about Freudenschuten?
No, that's when you cross the Rhine and you're in Germany. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
And you're being waited on by some big chunky guy in a Speedo at the health club.
Oh my God, no! I mean, tell me it ain't so.
Oh yeah, the German health club. Yeah, let us not depart on that. Well, Mark, you get to do the outro. I hear the music.
Well. And that's what means. We got less than a minute here to say we're here every Monday night. We're here at 8 o'clock Eastern time, so adjust your time for whatever. But if you can't see us live, the clicks still count, and the comments still count, and the likes still count if you do it even on tape. So go ahead and give us a like, subscribe to our page. It's at The Off Night. on your YouTube page or whatever it is. Anything you can find, anything that says, I think I've cleared up all of the off nights and they all belong to us now. So go ahead and click it. You're not helping anyone else if you accidentally hit the wrong off night. So anyway, we'll be back here next Monday night. Oh, do you guys want to do a show Monday night? It's Labor Day.
We'll think about it. Either way, I mean, I don't know. It's up to
Come
you.
see if we're here Monday night. If we're not here Monday night, tune in on Tuesday night. We'll be here Tuesday night at 8 if we're not here Monday. Other than that, we'll see you guys next week. Later, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
See you later.